So it does say we have slow internet.
All right, I've got us muted on here. Let's just double check that real quick while we are waiting for a couple people to jump on.
Sounds good.
All right, we are going to go ahead and get rolling. I know we got people jumping on as we speak, but we have a ton to cover in a short amount of time. So, want to jump right in. WeRock series, Laser Nut for providing all of the amazing trophies.
The slow internet tech.
Yeah, looks like we got issues with the internet working here, but Laser Nut for providing all of the super cool trophies that we're handing out all year.
Says we're live right here on Facebook. Just got a notification, so that's good.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Don't ask me how that works. Sometimes it notifies you, sometimes it doesn't. I have no idea. That is beyond my my scope of knowledge. Yeah, Cody Wagner, thank you so much for all that that you do to support rock crawling, not just with WeRock, but all over the country. So thank you so much for that. Metal Cloak Suspension, if you guys need to upgrade your ride, make sure you check out Metal Cloak Suspension for those Jeeps and Broncos. Brannick Motorsports, we're going to spend a lot of time talking about Brannick Motorsports National Points Championship later on in our broadcast, but a huge shout out to Stan for coming on board and doing the Hot Dog Fridays for us. A ton of fun for everybody to hang out before the events. In this case, right before the event.
Yep, so, right up to the event.
Yeah, so very, very cool. Thank you to Brannick Motorsports for that. Crown Automotive, Spider Tracks Off-Road, Raceline Wheels, PCI Race Radios, and as always, Tire Right. Thank you guys for supporting WeRock and rock crawling in 2024. So coming up, we are just a little over a week away from Broken Boulder Farms, July 27th and 28th. That is a Saturday-Sunday event. Starts at 10 a.m. Bring your chairs, bring coolers, whatever you want. If you do bring coolers and you want to drop them off of the road that's adjacent to the comp site, you're more than welcome to do that. And then pull around to the parking camping area. So
is across the valley, so you can drop some stuff off at the courses, but any parking, any camping will be done across the valley in the field. So make sure that you drop that off if you need to. There's just not enough room there to park everyone and have camping at the courses, so it's across the way.
Yeah, and speaking of that, the confinement that we have there on that side of the ravine, there are some neighbors that aren't the most excited of us being there every year. So that's the reason that we can't park up and down the road there. And we want to do our. Make sure you park over on the Broken Boulder side, Lavender Farm side. Parking is $3. Camping is $20 a night. So feel free to come out, and Rhodey will come by and collect that. And don't forget to bring your money for is it pecans? Candied pecans that she does. They're usually like fresh, hot out of the oven. So make sure you bring some money for that
delicious.
Too. So
that's those. And I know if you want some lavender as well, I think she does.
It is a lavender farm. So yeah, exactly.
I think we had a couple teams last year that actually got out and went and picked some fresh lavender with Rhodey and was able to take some home.
Yeah, super cool. So thanks to Rhodey for hosting us yet again for another year up there. We love spending time there, being up in the trees, the evergreen trees. It's it's definitely one of our favorite places to camp up there and spend the week setting up. So
hopefully things will cool down. It'll be a beautiful weekend, as it has been for the past 2 years that we've been there. It's always been really nice.
We've been very, very lucky. So fingers crossed that, according to the extended forecast, which means absolutely nothing, it looks like we may have some good weather coming our way for that event. So make sure you get online. You can get your tickets early, or as always, you can buy them at the gate. So no, if you don't feel like operating the old computer, or have a Caleb to operate the computer for you, then come on out and get those tickets. However, if you do want the discount, that is online, and that one is going to be, I believe, WeRock W3. WeRock W3 for the discount code on there. It is listed on the online where that code is. So if you want to save a couple dollars, you're more than welcome to do that. Food and drinks are available on site. They always do a great job of providing delicious food there. Ice cream, as always, is my personal favorite. So we definitely consume a lot of ice cream there. It helps stay cool. So we are working on a location to do tech downtown. Hopefully either have a food truck, or either way we will have food available, whether it's through the Brannick Hot Dog Friday, or if we provide that through the food truck as well. So we're going to work on that, get those details ironed out here in the next week, and but we'll have both tech available on site and downtown as well. So make sure you join us, and that is going to be a great time. It's an incredible place. It's a unique place. We do our best. We dump thousands of gallons of water on that course, which is the weirdest thing that we would do as a rock crawler. But thanks to all of the crew that helps out with that, trying to keep that comp site as dust free as possible. I think that's an impossible mission, but we work really, really hard to
keep it from being about a foot deep of silt.
Yes.
To about a couple inches.
Yep.
So
yeah, the past 2 years we have watered the courses the night before, and I think that's really helped a lot to hold a lot of that together. So we got Veronica on, just coming off a win from Dayton, so we'll talk a little bit about that here as we move into the Crown Automotive Teams update from Dayton. So we'll just kind of use that as our team update here.
Man, what an amazing event in Dayton, Tennessee. We added fireworks this year. So Saturday night, we did fireworks. We kicked off Friday night, though, with 2 pro courses. Immediately, we had Carl Shortridge on his roof, and Big Charlie Melchner also taking a tumble from the top, but able to still finish the course. So there was a lot of action Friday. There's a lot of action Saturday, along with an amazingly long and just beautiful. It was got to be the finale, and then it would die off, and then it'd go back to shooting a couple more. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, that finale just got bigger.
I thought there was at least 6 finales in there. I'm like, all right, I'm going to start recording now because no one wants to watch 10 minutes of online fireworks. But so I was like, I'm going to start recording now, and then I'm like, nope. That went on for a few minutes. I record for another couple minutes. Nope, that wasn't it. I did that like 3 times. So that was awesome. Thank you to Kenny and Julia Kazar for setting that up. The entire Kazar family for allowing us to come back for our 19th season up on top of the hill. So next year is going to be even bigger and better. So don't miss it. Make your plans now for sure. We'll hopefully have a couple of opportunities to see rock crawling on top of the hill next year. So we'll get the details worked out on that. So to go back onto that, we had 5 of the 9 unlimited cars take a roll. That's not really our goal when we're setting courses, but there was very impressive, from being able to recover from that. Little Charlie, we're glad that you're all right. That was about by the time we got him rolled back onto his tires, that would have completed, I think, his fourth roll.
Yep.
So
it was
quite the tumble.
Long ride for little Charlie Melchner, but they were back on course the next day, still running, still competing. Car was all right. He was all right. So they were able to keep going.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it was. I mean, and the action was all over. But
Friday night, what did we
that
have
was
Friday night? We had Steve in first by 13 points or so. No,
yeah.
was it 13 points Saturday night, or was that it going into the shootout?
Yeah, you know,
I can't.
I don't remember. I'd have to
He
look it up
was,
and see. But
or it was
Michael
20
Brassanini
or
was killing it. He was on fire and putting down amazing courses, and just timed out, ran out of time, spent too much time on a bonus.
which
And I
he
don't know.
was
We were
not
all
the
standing
only.
down
Yep,
there. He was like the last car running, and so we're all
yep,
standing there watching, and we all just looked at each other like, "Oh my gosh,
yep.
that just
Well,
happened!" But
they tried
so
a bonus
heartbreaking.
line, just couldn't get it. The car wouldn't grab, and then by the time they realized that we've got like 2 minutes left, they had to go through the standard line, and then they timed out going from gate 3 to gate 4, which pretty much that whole course, the obstacle was gate 1 and 2.
Right.
Gate 3 and 4 were down in the rocks. They were just they were icing
Yeah.
on the cake, really. Like it was just kind of like the last little thing that they needed to do before shooting out of there, and he timed out just
Yeah.
too much time on
He
gate 1.
he said that his timer wasn't backlit in the car, so he wasn't able to see the timer very well. And the judge was standing down at the bottom of the hill, just on the outside of the banner, even. So he never heard any of the call outs or anything. So just a huge heartbreak to watch. You know, that whole thing transpire. And I have that empathy just because we have been there many times as competitors,
Yep,
where it's like, how did this happen? There's something wrong with my timer.
Well, I know in Texas in 21, our very first course, we timed out 4 feet from the finish line, and if we would have had a 2-minute warning, a 10-second warning, or anything from the judge, I would have shot out of there. But we didn't have a timer.
Yeah, that was in the thrash
time.
of our very first event with the unlimited car, and we
Yep.
forgot to put a timer on because we were finishing the car like all night.
Yep.
Driving all night,
And we
to
just
get
timed
there,
out
so.
right there. If we would have had some warning call, we would have had it, but we didn't have a timer, and that fell on us to where it
I know
happened.
it. It doesn't make it any easier, though. It was all heartbreaking for all of us. So, but anyways, that put Steve Marquardt in the lead Friday night.
I know we had Big Charlie
pretty well. So
in second. Who was in third on Friday? I'd have to go look, but I can't. I don't know if it was Danny or if it was I think Michael. I can't remember who.
I don't remember
where
either.
Friday
but
night shook out, but I know Steve had a good. He probably had 20-point lead, I think, is what it ended up being on Friday night. But he went first or last on Saturday, and went first on or last on Friday and first on Saturday.
So the running order definitely favored. Tammy says Michael was in fourth, so the running order definitely favored Steve to have that advantage on Friday night, and then obviously inverting that order, probably did what it's supposed to do, which is to kind of even things out and take that advantage away that you might have had by running last. So
there are so many things to follow in the unlimited class with having. I mean, we had 9 cars in the unlimited class, and every person had something go wrong. Nobody had a perfect weekend. People were hitting cones, skipping bonuses, rolling over, saving the car, running out of time. It was just, there was so much action, and so much to keep track of in the unlimited class that it just made such a fun event. And let's see, what did we going into the shootout Saturday? Who did we have?
Going into the shootout?
Yeah.
So Danny did not have a great weekend. We'll talk a little bit about his role, but he snuck into the shootout. Steve Marquardt into the shootout.
Yep.
And then Big Charlie also had a role and made it into the shootout in first.
Yep.
So absolutely incredible. So one of my favorite things from the weekend was Danny Benner got the car twisted up, fell over where the car just kind of stood. Hopefully you guys saw the videos.
It lifted the left front up into the air, stood the front axle completely vertical, and like the car stayed there, and they were having a conversation pretty much with between Dean and Danny, they were like, all right, how do we save the car here? And Dean's like, all right, we got to take a reverse, save, like, don't roll the car over. And Danny's like, I don't, like, that's 1 point, and I'm going to back up and hit the cone. So Danny just stayed there. Tried to drive out a little bit, wiggle the wheel, and let the car roll over completely onto its side, onto its roof, back onto its side, and landed back all the way onto all four. It was the slowest, smoothest roll I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And he's like, I just let it roll over. I was like, hoping that it would all end up all the way back over.
Man, I want to say, was it Michael Kelly? I don't remember who it was. My favorite comment on that video this week on Danny's roll was that I've seen slower sunsets or faster sunsets.
Yeah, faster sunsets.
That was pretty good.
But he pretty much rolled the car over to save a cone, which, I mean, that was what it took to get into the shootout. It was such a tight competition that when something went wrong, you'd rather roll the car over than take a 1 point and a 10-point penalty.
Yeah, for sure. Skip Scott, Cam Beasley both found some really good courses. Got them under their belt, and I think both those guys are feeling really good right now with the way their program is heading into next year. I think they're really starting to figure some things out, and I'm really proud of those guys.
It was, I know, just had some issues. Cam had some issues with an airline. So they ended up spending 6 minutes on the course on the first gate trying to fix the airline because they couldn't climb it without the lockers.
The fuse blew for the lockers.
Oh, the fuse blew. I think
is what it was. I think Skip had some issues like that too, or something. I don't remember.
I don't quite remember. I know that, but he also timed out pretty much where Brassanini did on that gate. That gate one at the very end, A4 down there, just couldn't get the car to climb and just ate up a whole bunch of time. So it was a tough battle, and like I said, there really wasn't a perfect run between the whole weekend. I mean, there was nobody kind of sitting.
Not in Unlimited. I will say that there were some pretty amazing runs in Pro Trail.
Yes.
Probably the person that we've been talking the most about after the event is, as always, Brett Dickey. Like, that kid is absolutely amazing and just so smooth. He did all but one bonus in the shootout.
Yep.
The shootout gates were all set for Unlimited. We didn't even make wide gates for Pro Trail.
It was the exact same course as the Unlimited. Nothing changed between them. And he went first, too. He didn't get to watch anyone.
Right.
He was first up on the shootout and drove it like it wasn't even
there. I wish
there.
someone would have told him that was a hard course we set. Like, that was legit.
He thought he was just, like, driving to Walmart or something.
I know it, yes.
And, like, the gate, the obstacle was just a curb. He never even slowed down, just drove through everything perfect.
Yeah, it was absolutely amazing. So if you guys get a chance to check that young man out, they are amazing. Him and his dad do a phenomenal job piloting that number 17 BFE car around. It's amazing. So Veronica got a win with her new buggy.
Yep. So
that's very exciting to see right out of the gate. So normally it kind of takes a little bit to get comfortable in a new car. And Veronica, I don't know if you were comfortable or not, but you definitely took the win, and that feels pretty good. I know. So Lee,
there was lots of competition in Sportsman. It was super tight with the points.
Oh my gosh!
I think Friday Sportsman A
Friday night. There were like 2 or 3 points between the top 9 teams.
I think it was one cone. It was one.
It was within one cone.
It was within one cone between the top 9 teams, and that's where unfortunately we saw Coulter Brassanini and Moonshine break a portal.
Broke something in the portal. And
I think is what it was.
And that's all it took.
One DNF, they went from being on the podiums to, I think, being 8th. So it was that tight where one mistake.
Yeah, it was unbelievable competition. So, and definitely for Veronica to come out on top of that field, that's impressive. So, let's see, in Sportsman A, we've had 33 competitors in Sportsman A this year. So that's, there's a lot of talent in the sportsman classes for sure. And speaking of that, Lee and Ashley Hull dominating again. So they've got a couple back-to-back wins, basically the double points in Texas. And then taking another win in Dayton. So, wow, that's impressive. So they are working that car extremely well.
I think the first rock crawling event they went to was last year at the Top Gun Shootout in Texas.
Yeah.
And then I think they came out with which they had, I believe Jonas Burnett had built that Black Smoke Garage, built that beautiful rear steer buggy for them, and it seems to work amazing. And they came out, won Texas.
Oh, and she was super anxious.
Oh yeah, never spotted before.
All kinds of questions, and that was cool. So
and they
to
right
go from being
just seemed right at home.
Man, they are kicking butt. So I don't know if they are planning to go for the national points, but they jumping into that. That gives them 3 wins. So they've got 300 points right now. So if they were to go to Goldendale or Pennsylvania, that would qualify them for the Brannick Motorsports National Points. So, wow, that could be crazy. So, all right, that is in, since we're talking about Sportsman A, right now in the lead with 389, we have Nevaeh Miserak. We had Eric campaign her car in Dayton for her. Nick, alone, I know you're on here. You are in second place by 2 points with a 387. You guys have a win where Nevaeh does not. She's got
third place in Texas.
Couple of third place finishes. But that's enough that's put her in the at the top of the spot. So yeah, Brett McGinnis, 385, tied with Kendra Winters at 385, Coulter Brassanini at 379, Randy Marlowe at 378, Tyler Lyons, Tim Payne at 367, and Jessica Barwell and Kevin Barwell with a 366. So that one's going to be interesting to see how that shakes out, because it's all really really tight there at the top. So Sportsman A for the Brannick Motorsports points race, again, a very, very, very good race. So the big change in Sportsman B this weekend is from Veronica. And she is in the top spot for the Brannick Motorsports Sportsman B national points chase. So 397, that put her before the weekend. Clint Kressler and Christian Briesk were tied for first, but Veronica's win has put her up in that top spot. So 397 for Veronica. Christian's got a 391. Clint's got a 391. And then we drop down to Alyssa Winters at a 384. Travis McDonald is a point right behind at 383. And Tim Payne and Tyler Lyon at 373. So Sportsman B could be very exciting there as well. So, so we got a battle both online as well with Nick and Veronica, making sure that you gotta earn this. Anybody that's standing up there on that podium, it's definitely been earned for sure. So. Something pretty crazy that we have is the battle and pro mod going back and forth. So Josh came out to Tennessee, picked up his first place points in pro mod, and then helped us judge. So we really appreciate that, Josh. Braxton was supposed to come out, had some car issues, and couldn't make it happen. So we're super bummed about that, but hopefully all the parts came in. So Braxton has won Baghdad, Texas East and West, so he's got the 300 points there. Took second place in Cedar.
Yep. So he's
sitting at 399. So he's only 1 point away from having a perfect score.
Yep.
But he's still nervous. because we know that that Josh has the ability to get out to Pennsylvania. We're hearing some rumors that there may be some more pro mod cars at Pennsylvania, so that could mix things up there too. But with both Josh and Braxton going to Goldendale, that's probably going to be a huge deciding factor as to what happens there.
Yeah. So right now, I believe so. If Braxton wins in Goldendale, that'll put him at 4 wins.
Yes.
And that'll put Josh with 2 wins.
2 wins, and then whatever place he comes in there. So if it's second place,
he'd have 2 wins in a second, and then if he goes to Roush, and if he battles it out in Roush,
still wouldn't be enough to, even if he took the win there, because he's still going to be a point behind.
Yep, 1 point behind. So he has to beat Braxton Coleman in Goldendale for the Brannick National Championship.
Yeah, and a lot of things will change depending on how many cars are there.
Yep.
So, if we have, I don't know, I haven't talked to George to see if he's coming up. I haven't heard anything from Kevin and Caitlin, whether they're coming up or not. So, that'll play a big hand into the national points coming up here next weekend. So,
but if, it all depends if Josh can beat Braxton in Goldendale. And if he does, then it's going to fall on how well he does in Roush in Pennsylvania.
Right. Well, and I know Aaron posted on here and said that the car is ready, but hopefully it is. I mean, that's a long ways to go. Hopefully that car's tested and no more issues, because man, that could really change some things. That would make some people nervous, to not be able to come away with the win up there. So it's a lot of pressure. Yep. I know, even though it's pretty well. Braxton's got 3 wins under his belt, so it's pretty solid. But you would think he'd be able to pull that off, but it's racing, and crazier things have happened for sure. So, all right, so the craziest news, I guess, coming out of nowhere, we speculated a couple weeks ago that, hey, Jesse could come and bring a car to the East Coast, since he's got, a win and a second place under his belt, that if he came out there and picked up a win, that he could be in the hunt as well. Yep. So right now we are sitting with Dave Wong, very comfortable. He's got 2 wins. And 2 second place finishes. So he's sitting at the top at 398. Michael Brassanini is right behind him by 1 point. So at 397, Michael Brassanini is just knocking on the door as well with his 2 wins. So, boy, he's got a third and a second, which is what, that 1 point difference.
1 point difference is, yep.
Yeah. But after our East Coast.
After West Virginia. Yeah. Where Jesse Haynes came out spotted for the Melchners to a podium finish.
Yeah.
First place. Jesse was like, well, he's also got a first place. He could be in the contention for a national title.
Yep.
Because there's still the right number of events left. So he's like, we'll see how Tennessee shakes out.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Another podium in Tennessee from Melchner Motorsports.
Yeah. And he definitely put everybody on pins and needles, that shootout run. So Steve Marquardt ended up putting what I believe it was it only 18 points? I think it was 18 points maybe.
Yeah, they needed, I think it was 20 something points was all they needed, negative 20 something points.
Yeah.
Going into the shootout.
The plan for Charlie and Jesse was to take the gate number 1 dirty.
Yep.
Just to get through it and make time. So then all of a sudden they went to, they needed to make up 28 points.
Yep.
And then Charlie hit one of the standard cones on the way back down. So then he had almost 40 points that he had to
make up in the bonus.
He had to get in the bonus side.
Yep.
So, man, it was crazy, but what a great win. And that put him for his second win in the Brannick Motorsports National Points. So, the announcement, I think it was officially made today from Melchner Motorsports. They are going to be driving Abe Croney's car, Nats S Racing.
in
I-
Goldendale, Washington.
in Goldendale, Washington. Cam Beasley is also looking for a car. He is coming out. Who's bringing Abe's car up? I went
Ryan
blank.
Maxfield.
Ryan Maxfield is going to be bringing Abe's car up for the Melchners to drive, for Charlie
Yep.
to drive. Jesse's going to have to spot in order to maintain two of the three.
Yep.
So
Which I think Jesse may also have a car coming up there, so he may be driving and spotting. And then that's going to put, I think the Brass Knees are also going to be going up there trying to defend their position and trying to get that win to take Dave Wong's top spot in the national series. So right now the pressure's all pretty much on Dave Wong to defend his national title.
yeah, but speaking of that, Jesse's going to bring a car. I don't know what car he's bringing. It's it could be a Pro Mod. It could be a rental as well.
Could be a Pro Trail car.
It could be a Pro Trail car. But Jesse and Chris, so they won at Baghdad.
Yep.
Took second at Cedar. So that puts them, let's see, for the Western Series, Dave has also got a win. And he does have the win and a second at Texas.
Yep.
So that could get interesting for the Western Series points. Yep. And the regional series tiebreaker is whoever had the highest score at the last event. So either way, it's coming down to Goldendale for so much stuff. So if you guys cannot get out there, make sure you tune in. We'll do our best to bring you the best coverage that we can. And keep those storylines updated to let you guys know what's going on. But I've got goosebumps. I'm so excited to go to Goldendale, and there's so much riding on this event that it is going to be really, really cool. And I just wow, it's what a season it's been. We still have a lot of rock crawling left with 2 of the regional series races finishing out, in Washington and then back to Pennsylvania.
And after that, everything's settled for the series.
Yeah.
Everything comes down to these last 2 events. It's anyone's game right now for national and regional series. The only one that's locked down is Brett Dickey in the Pro Trail class.
Yeah.
He has
so thanks
won.
to Brett for making that not only the courses look easy, but at least it's an easy, hey, we know he's got that one locked in.
With
so.
Let's see, the win in Texas. There's 2 events: Cedar, Baghdad.
He's won everything.
West Virginia, Tennessee.
Yeah. And it's a big bummer with the way that everything's kind of packed in here into the second half of the year, but they will be out at X-Rock, not making the trip to collect another win in Goldendale. But man, we wish you guys out at X-Rock this weekend, Friday and Saturday. We wish you guys the best of luck out there.
will be out there. The Dickies will be out there.
Brassanini's had to go back.
Hunting that national title.
Yes, so unfortunately, not enough time to be able to run in the X-Rock and get back to the other side of the country.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, and we have some really cool stuff that we will talk about next week on the live. Hopefully we'll have some, we can make an announcement officially for Goldendale here in the next couple of days. But let's just go ahead and start the rumor. We're running late anyway, so we'll go ahead and start the rumor. Right now, Dave Chappelle from Dirt Every Day and the Dirt Head Shed is supposed to be spotting for Colt. And what's Colt's YouTube channel? Do you remember?
I'm not confirmed, but we're thinking that it's the bleeping.
Is that what Colt runs? I'll have to reach out to him and make sure.
I think he's got that green Samurai
prepping. Yeah, I think so. Prepping a car for Goldendale as well. So that is going to be awesome. Make sure you guys get out there. We'll have some official announcements as soon as we can confirm all of that rumor stuff that we just said. So, but super exciting. Anything else that we could talk for hours on?
Yeah, we can go back to
after Dayton.
Yeah.
Those fireworks, man. Holy cow. Like, that was awesome.
All the rollovers, all the tight competition, and the even tighter competition for the national series and the regional series. It's a very close race this year. It's all going to come down to these next two events, so it's going to be awesome. Make sure to check out the live. I'll try my best to get that going in Goldendale. The live from Dayton, Tennessee is on YouTube. If you want to check that out, I've tried to update our game with that. It looked pretty good, but there's still a few things to work on. Oh yeah, we had Emmett in the kid buggy class in Tennessee.
Oh my gosh, Colt builds it. Thanks, Dave. So yeah, that's gonna be super cool. So yeah, Emmett had his first roll.
Yeah.
He said that was the most fun thing that he's ever done.
Yeah,
So
I think he still had a good time. I think.
Yeah. He needs to get a hold of Braxton Coleman, because I think his LED whips on the back of the buggy, I didn't see those the rest of the night, so I think they might have broke off. So Braxton has tested his,
Yep.
and they have held up well. So Eric, you might reach out to Braxton Coleman and see if you can get on board with that program with those whips that Braxton sponsored with. So anyways, lots of cool stuff. We will continue to try and keep getting stuff out there. We've got one more day to get things prepped here before we hit the road on Friday. And then hopefully our trailer stays together for the trip. So.
Yeah, it's been a lot of miles this year. A lot of trailers have needed some repairs.
Yes, yeah, and we were not immune to that either. But we've been very fortunate, and wish everybody safe travels. Once again, huge shout out to Maxxis Tires, Laser Nut, Metal Cloak, Brannick Motorsports, Crown Automotive, Spider Tracks Off-Road, Raceline Wheels, PCI Race Radios, and Tire Right. And so please make sure you tune in this week. We'll get some emails going out on the email side as soon as possible. And then we will be back live next Wednesday for another WeRock Wednesday. So
and we will be in Goldendale, Washington.
That's right.
For that live.
So, all right, guys.